or billing clients for services, SamCart is where you get paid for whatever it is that you do. At SamCart, you can sell anything and everything using our library of pre-made templates that have been used to generate billions of dollars in sales. Bring your sales page to life with the drag and drop builder. Offer your customers more ways to pay you by selling payment plans, subscriptions, bundles, and even pay what you want offers. You can sell your products as one lump sum or break up those payments into smaller chunks with payment plans. You can grow your recurring income with built-in subscriptions. And these are just a few ways that SamCart makes it easy for you to get paid for what you do. And now built into every single SamCart account is the brand new SamCart courses, the perfect solution for securely delivering your video courses, ebooks, and memberships all in one place. And it is built right into every single SamCart account. With the new SamCart courses, you can create a robust lesson plan for your students and even drip out the content on your own schedule. You can boost your sales by selling different tiers and bundles of your course. And did you know that right now, over 30% of your students never even make it to the first video? Which is why we developed SamCart's auto-enroll technology, which seamlessly takes your students from buying to learning in one simple step. No lost passwords, no support tickets, just more happy customers getting exactly what they bought every time. But what if you're a brand new course creator? Or you've always wanted to add an online course to whatever it is that you already sell? Then do not miss the SamCart Course Creation Challenge. Over 20 videos and lessons that will help you launch your first online course in just 14 days. You'll learn everything from cameras and lighting to launching and selling your first online course. And whenever you're ready, you can showcase and sell your course on one simple page, built with SamCart's drag and drop editor. Easily create high converting sales pages by adding video trailers, countdown timers, and more. Our mission at SamCart is to put the selling power of the world's largest brands into your hands, multiplying your sales with powerful features like one-click upsells, order bumps, and more. In fact, SamCart's database proves that adding a single one-click upsell increases your average order value by 68%. And next are the order bumps. Just one order bump boosts sales by an average of 31%. Create your first bump, and 1 out of 3 customers is going to hit that add to order button and make you more money. Selling subscriptions? Well, what are you doing about failed payments? Your customers' credit cards are constantly being lost, stolen, or expiring. So what happens when those payments fail? Well, instead of chasing down your clients, we created the SamCart Subscription Saver. SamCart automatically updates your customers' credit cards without you lifting a finger. So your subscription payments come in on time, which lets you focus back on growing your business. And for any advanced sellers doing 6 figures and up already, SamCart has all the tools you need to keep scaling. You can A/B test your product pages in real time and let the results guide you to your next move. You can see which version of your page converts the highest and make more money in the process. Turn your business into a well-oiled machine by integrating SamCart with all of your favorite tools for sending emails, managing contacts, and even doing your taxes. SamCart's integrations let you effortlessly track your return on ad spend, create new customer profiles, automatically ship out your products, and keep your team in the loop with updates and notifications. So let's launch your next course, ebook, mastermind group, CPG brand, or digital agency today. SamCart is home to over 20,000 creators who have sold more than $2 billion of their own products and services on SamCart. You can join them today and see why the right tool makes all the difference. Get started for free today at samcart.com. And today is the day. Jordan, thank you for joining us for a very special edition of SamCart Takeover that is happening on a Wednesday, of all things.
Wednesday? Yeah, we're late. Yeah, what's going on, Scott? Why do we have to push it 24 hours? What's the deal, man?
Well, I'll give everybody a quick shout out. Yes, I am currently hanging out on the West Coast. I'm in LA, hanging out in a WeWork in LA with a bunch of SamCart's sort of top designers and engineers and stuff like that, as we are working on something very, very special that is coming your guys' way very, very soon, but sort of here together to wrap all this stuff up. So I'm not in the studio. I'm not on East Coast time. I'm out West. I'm all turned around. I'm saying goodnight to my daughter back home at like 5, and then like I'm asleep at 7. It's all strange. It's all weird. I've been up since like 3 o'clock this morning. So, but very excited to be here. Very excited to dive into SamCart Takeover. Jordan, you put it in the chat before. If this is your first SamCart Takeover, drop a first down in the chat. Let us know.
Yes.
It looks like we have a ton of people who are joining us for the very, very first time. But with that being said, Jordan, tell the people, what do we do here? What is this all about?
Yeah, this usually happens every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, but this is the SamCart Takeover. So we scoured the internet finding the greatest internet celebrities, YouTubers, Instagrammers, online business sellers. And Scott, you and I, we go in, we do the Mission Impossible. We get the strings down, we fly in, and we break in to the businesses, and we find out what is going on. We find out what tools they're using, what processes they're using, and we try to figure out where we can help them. We're really looking at the opportunity cost, like some missed opportunities, and we just overall analyze the business and say, like, how can we do this better? How can they be doing this better? And we've even had some celebrities watch us live as we're breaking down their business right before them. It's pretty wild.
It's awesome. No, and that's really what we do. So we're going to dive into big time creators. Today we are looking at a creator who has almost 2 million YouTube followers, right? So someone who is up there, you know what I mean? That is about as good as it gets. And dive in and look at how are they monetizing that audience? How are they failing at that? And how can they continue to do things better? That's a really big one. So Jordan, who is today's creator? Where are we going? Who are we breaking down? Who is this person?
All right, so today's guest is Andrei Jikh. Oh, let me throw a little fancy video there. So Andrei Jikh. Andre. Am I saying Andrew?
I was gonna say you just Americanized that one up. Yeah, it's definitely
Americanized. Andre, which I believe is like the Russian Slavic way of saying Andrew, but Andrei Jikh. He is a finance. What do you call them? You were telling me on the phone. This guy's a crypto bro. This guy's a finance bro. But
he's a total crypto bro. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
He's the
great content. He was I think in a former life is just a good sleight of hand sort of magician, and so he kind of weaves this personality of himself. I am a magician. I talk about finance, cryptocurrencies, sort of alternative finance type stuff, and he weaves it into really, really awesome YouTube content. So as always, I recommend everybody go check out Andre. His channel over at YouTube is just Andrei Jikh. We'll drop a comment or something down below to go check this kind of stuff out. But let's take a look at, we're going to dive into his business. We're going to look into someone who, again, has almost 2 million YouTube subscribers, right? And a massive, every video he puts out is in the tens of thousands of views, if not the hundreds of thousands of views. So we're going to look at how is he making money? Okay, how's he telling everybody he's making money, and where could he potentially have a bigger opportunity ahead of him? I had a lot of fun. Honestly, it's super fun just watching Andre's stuff as someone who, I'm involved in cryptocurrency, something Brian and I have been involved in. We, chat about it stuff a lot. It was a lot of really, really good stuff. I really had a good time. Andre's got a great brand. He's just got a great personality. It's easy to see why people enjoy him. But let's go ahead. Let's dive in and look at how is this person making their money? How are they monetizing their audience?
Right on, let's do it. Oh, before we get into it, Scott, what are the rules for this? So people watching the chat, is this something they can just like lean back and just enjoy, or is this something they got to be an active participant in? Because we got to keep them engaged the entire time.
When either Jordan or I stumble into saying something that's particularly good, it's something you want to remember or something like that, if it's some big aha moment, some big takeaway, go ahead and drop it down in the chat with #SC. Right, so it's #SamCart, and just say, whatever we said that might have been stumbled into something that sounded kind of smart, with #SC. What we love doing after the fact is we go back through the comments and find people who dropped their big takeaway and like to send out some free stuff that we have coming. So, definitely love to reward that. But, you might say something like, I should be building my customer list first and foremost, #SC. I might say something like, Jordan said, I can't even say it. Throughout the whole thing, there will be occasional times where we accidentally say something smart. Drop it in the comments with the #SC, and we love giving away free stuff at the end of every call.
All right, let's do it. So, Andre, I'm going to do Andrew. I'm doing like I took Russian class, so I should know, like, my Russian name was Andre. So Andrei. So it's like Andrei Jikh. So, YouTuber, he's absolutely crushing it at YouTube. If you go, I mean, just from me as a YouTuber, even just browsing the thumbnails, I'm like, this guy gets it. Every
Jordan was
video,
fanboying out a little bit. You know what I
I
mean?
know
It's definitely, he does a great job. Yeah.
it's killer. So
Yeah.
almost 2
So
billion subscribers on YouTube. He's got around 128,000 followers on Instagram, pretty sizable. I say, what is big in your mind for Instagram? It's got like anything over
oh
10,000?
man, I mean, really, what's funny is, so we're going to talk about this in a second, right? But if you have even 1,000 followers on Instagram, you could potentially be sitting on a full-time income, right? And so we'll talk about some of the benchmarks of like, how good is monetizing? I mean, like, am I doing a good job at monetizing? Am I doing a really crappy job at it? We actually have some benchmarks we'll talk about here in just a second to let you guys understand. But even someone who has a couple thousand on Instagram, and you have massive earning potential if you're doing the right things.
All right. Yeah, so we talk about this one principle all the time. And Scott, you like harping on it every single day. $1 per subscriber. This is what do you say? This is the minimum threshold. So $1 per subscriber, and we should add like per year.
Exactly. Yeah. So, somebody like Andre has something like, if you add up, what he's doing on Instagram and YouTube or whatever, right? He's got something like 2.1 million subscribers, followers, whatever you want to call it, right? And so, our benchmark would say that Andre should be making, right? Should conservatively making $2.1 million a year in revenue from what he's doing, right? And if you're making less than that, $1 per subscriber per year. So you've got 5,000 followers on Instagram or 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? You should conservatively making $5,000 per year from what you're doing. And if you're making less than that, if you're under this $1 per subscriber mark, then you're missing out. And what the big part is that means there's a really awesome opportunity, for you to be making more with the right tweaks and the right things in place.
Right on. So we always got to do the kind of diagnosis first. Like before we solve the problem, let's talk about the problem first. So how does Andre make money? So if you go down into his YouTube channel, go down to the description, you see all these links, Scott. So what you did the deep dive. So what were all these links? Where do they lead to?
Exactly. Yeah. So, we always say, if you want to understand how someone's making their money, follow the links, right? Go to their YouTube description and click on the links down below it, right? Go to their Instagram profile and check out their link tree. You know what I mean? And here's kind of the breakdown. Here's Andre, his most recent YouTube video that he just published, right? And here's a link or a screenshot of the link in all the description stuff, right? And here's a breakdown of what each link is, okay? First one right at the top, which we always know, the prime real estate is whatever you give someone to look at first, right? Whatever is above the fold, so to speak, right? And so Andre has chosen to have, it was a sponsor of this video, which he didn't always do sponsors, but a paid sponsor of this video, Masterworks, right? Some like buying, kind of like investing in art, like you would invest in stocks or something, right? It's a sponsor, right? Then he's got all these links. I mean, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 10, 11 links right there, right? And all but 2 of them are affiliate links. Okay, so he's got an affiliate link to go check out BlockFi, an affiliate link to go check out Gemini, an affiliate link to go check out, all this kind of stuff.
He's trying to sell you on like, go get your free $100 of Bitcoins if you sign up with this account and use my code Andre, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. And those people might be paying for that spot. More than likely, it's Andre just being an affiliate. He just has an affiliate link, and that's that, right? He's got one link in there. One right there, right? Is that thing that says how I went from 0 to $1 million. That one link sends back to a product that Andre owns, right? It's an online course, and we'll dive more into that in just a second. But one link out of all of these things is like something that Andre owns where he makes money, right? All these other things he is hucking out his audience to other places, hoping that he's going to get a referral commission, hoping that he's going to, things like sponsorships and stuff too, right? That's kind of its own bag. But this is how Andre's chosen to make his money. And really what you should be taking away from this is whatever someone puts first, second, third, you know what I mean? Like that is their biggest priorities. Okay. Everyone knows that the things that you put at the top get clicked the most and by a large margin, right? So this is my first clue as we were kind of diving into Andre's world, that his online course is not working for him. Okay. It is not bringing in a lot of revenue. It's not a big piece of his revenue. And the more I dug in, the more true that became. So you can go ahead, Jordan, hit that slide.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this, and it's like at the, you see at the top of the video there, 287,000 views on the video. That means 287,000 eyeballs on these potential links. So
An
Like, just
enormous amount of,
keep
yeah.
that in mind, folks. Yeah.
Yeah, big time. And that was really my problem. My problem here is that I want to see more green. Okay, green, I coded the green things as things that Andre owns, right? One course, and then he kind of links over to his Instagram account. I want to see more green here, okay? We'll get into it in just a second, but SamCart's top creators, right? They make the enormous amount of the enormous majority of their revenue comes from things that they own, not being an affiliate of other things, not having sponsorships, not YouTube ad revenue. They have those things, okay? But the lion's share, the biggest opportunity for creators is selling things that you own, that you've created, right? And so I want to see Andre do more things in green, but we'll show that in the next slide here.
Perfect. So we go over to Instagram, and now we're on the Linktree side.
Yeah, so same thing, right? His Instagram link tree is a little bit better. It's more in line of what we want to see, right? But he's got a link to his YouTube channel, no surprise there. A link to that course, a little higher up, right? That's kind of cool. Then an affiliate link, his Patreon, a bunch of affiliate links, and then something at the bottom that was actually kind of funny. He started a GoFundMe to make Elon Musk the richest man in the world again. And I think he donated $5, and that's all that's been donated. So the goal was like, it's raised $5 of like 200 million or something. It was pretty funny. I enjoyed that one.
On your way, on your way.
But yeah, it's more the same thing, right? What are we doing here? In his Instagram link tree, we're basically still pushing a bunch of people towards affiliate offers, right? Towards things that are someone signs up for BlockFi and he gets, a $50 bonus, right? Or something kind of like that. And that's, again, that's how he's making his money right now, right? So if Jordan, if you hit the slide again, we're going to get into, really only one of these links truly makes money for him, right? That online course is kind of it. So looking through some videos, right? Andre shared some stuff out there about how he made, I made a first $1 million in his first year, sort of after he quit his job and stuff, how he, 6 steps to somebody who's watching, going and making, passive income. And, he's breaking down his own revenue. He talks about his net worth. He talks about these things. This is sort of our best estimate at how Andre actually monetizes. Where is his money currently right now coming from? And the biggest two bubbles are definitely being an affiliate, right? So I'm recommending people over to other places that are going to give me a cut, and sponsorship dollars. Okay. And so that's all well and good, right? Patreon is probably relatively small. He talks about dividend stocks making a good amount of money for him. Crypto staking, for those who might know what that is, right? He's talking about YouTube ad revenue, I'm sure, is a big piece as well. But digital products is sort of this small one, right? That's stuff that he owns that he's selling. It's kind of relatively small, right? So here's the only problem. There's nothing wrong with this picture, right? Andre clearly is doing well. He's making money. He's doing all these kind of things. But let's take a look at what could this look like, all right? If we compare what Andre's business monetizes versus what we see from SamCart's top sellers, there is a glaring difference, okay? How could Andre monetize is by the biggest single opportunity I think that's staring Andre in the face is selling products that he owns, okay? That every dime of that revenue is coming back into his pocket, that he's not building somebody else's business, building somebody else's customer base, you know what I mean? But I think digital products could dwarf everything else that's going on. We have SamCart's top sellers. A lot of them are in the same boat as Andre, right? Tons, millions of YouTube followers, huge podcasts, all this stuff. They get sponsorship dollars. They get YouTube ad revenue, right? They do these sorts of things. They have affiliate offers, but digital products is still the lion's share of their revenue, right? Because they're doing it the right way. And so really what this begs the question is what is Andre missing? Why is this big opportunity? Why has it not worked for him so far, right? In order that he leans more into it, that he recognizes the value and puts it higher in his link tree and starts pushing more people there. Right now, he's not doing that. The question is why? Why not?
Yep. I also want to make sure we remember too that when he does a sponsorship deal, or when most YouTubers do sponsorship deals, they have to do that through their talent agent or their manager. So that means their manager is going to take 30% off the table, and so it's not exactly like, okay, you get this big bonus deal like, hey, Squarespace or whoever or BlockFi or Coinbase wants to work with you. Here's $50,000. Here's $50,000. Manager's going to take their 30%. Your rest of the agency is going to take their percentage, and then you're left with whatever you have left.
Exactly. So yeah, we talk about it all the time. Yeah, a lot of creators think that someone's going to show up and they're going to drop this big bag of cash at someone's doorstep and say, hey, keep making videos, kid. Have fun. And that's not it at all, right? When you are doing all these things that, Andre is making awesome videos, is attracting these people, and then he's just building somebody else's business with that attention, with that, whatever. And he could be dwarfing all of this other income by focusing on things that he creates, that he prices out, he decides what it costs, all of that stuff, right? And building his own list in a different way.
Okay, so we talked about his YouTube channel. That one video we snapshot, he had 287,000 views. So throughout his YouTube videos, we watched several, and you get all the way to the very end, and there's, maybe in the middle he talks about a sponsorship, but at the end is like prime time for like call to action. Like, hey, you can tell your folks to either subscribe, leave a comment, you can tell folks to go do something else, go watch the next video. But the third thing that we also recommend is to talk about your own stuff. We talked about it in the Jay Klaus episode. He had tons of podcast episodes, and he was doing ad after ad after ad, and none of the ads were for himself. They were all for other companies. Again,
Exactly.
You're building your other brands, you're shilling out for other companies when you're sitting on your own gold mine. You have your own community, your own audience, and you're not promoting yourself, which didn't make sense. So like you wrote here, like you smell opportunity, Scott.
Exactly. I smell opportunity. I mean, listen, when you build your own audience, people want you, okay? They don't want BlockFi. They don't want to go to some other brand and all this kind of stuff. And I think one of the coolest little like tidbits that makes me think, man, there is a humongous opportunity for Andre, right? And really for creators everywhere, is we showed you before on Andre's link tree and in his YouTube description, buried way down there, Andre has a Patreon. Right. And so for anybody who doesn't know what Patreon is, it's basically like, hey, if you want to support my channel, come drop me $5, right? Or you can subscribe and join like a little inside community, get behind the scenes stuff like that. Anyway, basically, Andre's not even trying to sell people over to Patreon. He's not even trying to do that. OK, and he's making almost $10,000 a month from his Patreon. Right. People are dying to get more of Andre. Right. And get more of him. And yeah, I want to learn about your stock picks and your crypto trades, and I want to learn all this kind of stuff, right? They're dying to do it. But the idea that Andre's that he's pushing towards all these other brands and his prime real estate, right? Calling to action inside of videos and links, links at the top of your link tree type stuff are always to someone else's business.
Mm-hmm. His YouTube channel has gained what we just call is authority. It's got thought leadership, like just based on the size of the channel, he can say whatever he wants. He can talk about whatever video in the finance world, and he is seen as the authority. So yes, so if he turned around, talked about Crypto 101, talked about the inner workings of Bitcoin, and then at the very end said, hey, I have a Bitcoin course, and it would be like, oh, dude, you're the prime expert. You clearly know everything. You've amassed 2 million subscribers. Of course, I trust you. I like you, and yes, I'm going to take your course. Like that's the logical step that he needs to start thinking about. So now we're going to move.
Yeah. So what's the first problem? I mean, realistically, like the very first problem is like you can keep doing all of these other things, right? But I see the biggest problem as digital products are just not even. It's not even. It's an afterthought. And I think that's a reflection of, again, we have to ask the question, why hasn't this worked for Andre, right? A lot of people think like, cool, I'm going to make a course and like whatever. That's probably what Andre did. I'm going to make one course. I'm going to put it up for sale, right? And it didn't really work. So he's not really doubling down, right? So why isn't it working, right? All this other stuff should be icing on the cake. It should be great revenue.
Rebalance the portfolio, Scott.
To let YouTube pay you, right? Continue to be an affiliate, continue to do all this other stuff, right? But their digital products and can still be, right? I think the lion's share of what Andre's doing.
Okay, so if he is going to go into courses, here's what we found was the second problem. You go to the one course link that was on that list of that long list of links, and it was 1to1million.com, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I was actually going to say, Jordan, go ahead and share my screen. Let me know when I'm up.
Yeah, you are up now.
Yeah. So, he's called this course 0to1million.com, right? And I want to teach you step-by-step how to build a profitable online brand, right? So here's a nice looking sales page, right? It's nice and simple. There's really nothing going on here. It's not overly crazy. It's full of a lot of good proof, like nothing really that nuts. And then down here at the bottom, this is that pricing chart that we showed, right? And so mistake number one, right? And now we're going to get into why is Andre's online course not a bigger piece of his revenue? Why isn't he talking about it more, right? Is number one, right? He's got this nice little sales page. That's fine, right? But you've got an option to spend $500, spend $2,500, or spend nothing, right? What do you think most people are going to do?
it's such a weird pricing column. I'm sorry. Yeah. So most people
It's
are going
just
to choose
odd. You know what I
free.
mean? This is probably something Andre spun up in, a short amount of time. He put it out in the world. It didn't really work, and it's probably just floating. You know what I mean? It's probably not. He's not thinking I need to change it. He's not thinking I need to put more effort into it.
I don't.
Right? It's
Yeah. I'm
just
like, do you want the tin can? Do you want the Volkswagen, or do you want the Porsche? And you're like,
exactly, yeah. So
what?
this whole thing right here, we'll talk about in a little bit. This whole page and all this kind of stuff is built on Kajabi, which is it's one of these big sort of all-in-one type tools. And Jordan, we can head back to the slideshow. But it's one of these big all-in-one type tools it's nice because it does a lot of kind of things, but man, it doesn't help you sell anything. You know what I mean? It's not an e-commerce tool, right? So, Andre's got his homepage. It's not built there, but this sales page is, right? Jordan, go ahead and hit slide. Right. So then the sales page, you've got these couple options down at the bottom. You've got a free option next to the paid options. Like, I just can't imagine why someone is going to want to take seriously the $500 or especially not the $2,500 option, given that there's apparently a free one that's right there. If you dropped the free option, we probably would do a little bit better, right? I don't think it stops there. That's not the only problem, right? But let's make sure that we're not giving somebody free right next to paid. And so here's part of the problem, right? Is this, again, what you're about to see here, this is sort of a limitation of people who sell their stuff. When you're running your e-commerce on a tool that's not designed for e-commerce, this is what you get, right? Look at these two pages. If you click on the free button, number one, it opens a new tab, which is already a problem. If you're not making that experience as easy and quick and short, right? As few pages, as few clicks as you possibly can, you are missing out. But if I click on the free one, right, the page over here on the left, there's not much to it, right? But Jordan, go ahead, hit slide.
All right, let's see. Oh,
because one of my biggest problems here.
Let me pause you real quick.
What's that?
Folks, we're going to get into something, but folks, if you sell or if you offer something free, if you offer a free workbook, a free template, I want you to drop it in the chat. Tell me if you are doing that. Like, I do a free guidebook or a free sign up for this or a free exchange for this or watch my first free lesson. Type free in the chat real quick. All right, let me go to your slide real quick, Scott. Boom.
So here's the free one, right? And this is really a problem. It's tough to see this button, but there is a button right underneath of email address, right? Not only does the page is obviously very simple, there's not a whole lot going on there, which could be a drawback, right? But you got your email address, and then there's this button underneath of that. And that button says subscribe to our email list. Jordan, what do you think could possibly be the problem?
No.
What could possibly go wrong with that button?
It's not. It's an opt-in, not an opt-out. Oh, geez, dude. Yeah, it's not. It should be like automatically checked, and no one can see that. No one can read that. I mean, we got to go super size.
It is
subscribe
so
to our
small. Yeah, it is super small. It's tougher to read almost in person than it is right here, right? And here's the problem, right? You're doing this. The whole reason Andre's doing this is to grow his lists, right? I want to get a bunch of freebie seekers, like, you know what I mean? I want to build an email list that I can then do what with? I can let them know about future videos, let them know about future things to go buy, like do all this kind of stuff, right? But we routinely, right, have people who come to SamCart to switch up their e-commerce because they were using a tool like Kajabi that's, again, not built for e-commerce, right? People can buy things from you. People can opt in for literally just free things from you. And then all of a sudden you go into the tool and you try to go email them about a new product you have, right? And you find out that 30, 40, 50% of people didn't click that button and you can't talk to them ever again. Like, they got my freebie thing and I literally cannot talk to them. Like, I don't have the option to do that, which means you're not building your contact list. You're not building your customer list, which is even more important, right? It is an enormous problem. So anybody right now who's
take a screenshot of this right here.
Yeah, this is a big screenshot. Take a screenshot of this one, right? Anybody who's doing the freebie kind of thing, right? We talk about this all the time. Is the most important thing you could possibly build in your business is your customer list, okay? If I have a bigger customer list, my business is going to grow and get bigger, right? I would rather take one paying customer over 25 freebie email seekers, right? It is not even close. And here's why. Jordan, walk us through this chart. Why is a customer, even if they've only spent like $1, so much better, many times better than a freebie person who just grabbed a free lead magnet?
Yeah, so I'm being charitable on the left side with the freebie. Like, okay, they'll open your first email. The first email usually contains
that is charitable at best.
The free guide, the free template.
40%. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. So then you gotta say, okay, usually you make some kind of email sequence like, hey, thanks for downloading. And then you send another email a day later, a week later, say, hey, I hope you enjoyed the guide. By the way, here's my next offer. Here's my next product I have. Nope. Freebie people are not opening the second email. Are they going to tell their friends? Have you ever told, Scott, have you ever told your friend about a free thing you downloaded? Hey, I downloaded this free thing, this free PDF.
Very rarely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool, it's free. So yeah, there's no stake for you. Upgrade their order. Imagine, okay, they're in it for free, $0 in, you don't have their credit card. How are you going to upgrade their offer? How are you going to say, I want to go from free to $10, free to $100? How are you going to do that? Nope. Buy your next product. Again, if they're not going to open the second email, they're not going to open the third email or the fourth email saying, hey, by the way, I have this new product, or I have this upcoming product you should buy, you should opt in. Nope. Active community. Again, Scott, you're not talking to anyone if you download something for free. There's no I'm proud of this. There's no badge. There's no emoji you're putting in your Twitter profile. There's no like I want to show off the world that I'm a part of this active free PDF community. So, and again, and there's no skin in the game. You're like, you're in, you're out, you got it. If it sucks, you don't care. You wad it up and throw it in the garbage. Don't care.
Yep.
But if you pay for something, if you're a paying customer, your customers will obviously open your first email. They're going to open their order receipts. Scott, you talk about this all the time, that the best hack you can do for like upgrading an offer or upselling your customers is to put a special coupon code, put some kind of welcome offer in the
your order receipt.
Because everyone, oh, you just ordered, thank you for shopping, and you click on that order receipt, you make sure everything is correct, and then you also see
the highest opened email you will ever send is your order receipt. It's wild. Yeah.
100%. You're going to tell your friends. If you bought this course and you went through this course and it changed your life or it affected you in some way, shape, or fashion, you're going to tell your friends, and you're going to get them to say, hey, I think you should do this too. This will help you. You've already got, as a customer, especially a SamCart customer, you have their credit card on file. So it is super easy for them to just say, hey, Jordan, hey, Scott, I would like to go from product A, upgrade to product B. Super simple. It's a one-click order. Thank you for shopping. Buy your next product. There's cross-sells, there's upsells, there's course cross-sells, there's down-sells, there's email sales, whatever you want to do. Multiple ways to say, hey, you want the next product?
Multiple bites of the apple.
I got you, homie. An active community. Again, you paid for it, so you have some stake in it. And like you want, think about the buying psychology of people. Like, you don't just buy something and you walk away from it. You want to buy something that, like, why do people buy fancy cars? Why do people buy fancy watches? Why do they buy fancy clothes? They're buying it not just because it's clothing or it's a vehicle of transportation. They're buying it because they want it to reflect something out into the world. So if they buy this awesome course, I went through Andrei's crypto course, it was awesome, it taught me so much about crypto. Now you're part of an active community. Now you're showing off to the world, I am this type of person, and this is who I affiliate with. This is the community that I'm in. And if you paid for it too, you have some skin in the game. If you paid $500 for Andrei's course, then you got $500, $400 at stake right there, and you're hoping that this works out. You're hoping that it pays off. And if not, you got some problems, and you either need to get a refund or you need to figure it out some way. But you're actively involved. For a freebie seeker, if it doesn't work, if the freebie sucks, who cares? Delete.
They're all out.
Next.
Yep, totally
That's
out. For sure. So, we can start, it's starting to come into focus why this hasn't worked for Andre, right? Number one, he's burying it. So not a lot of people are going to this area, right? And Jordan, go ahead and hit slide here.
Yep.
Yeah, like not a lot of people are going to these pages, right? And then if they do and they make it all the way to the bottom, there's this free option next to the paid option. So obviously most people are just going to take the free options. And then once you get there, you're still losing huge chunks of them because they're not hitting that subscribe to my email list button, right? And then even the people that do go and decide to buy, you have this page right here, right? Versus I'm going to bring something up that we created here at SamCart to kind of, showcase by example, right? What would you rather have? Would you rather have something like this right here where someone's going to, look at that form. It's a very, very big, long form. There's not a whole lot going on that page. It's intentionally very, very, very generic, right?
You hate to see it too. They've even got address on here for a digital product, which never makes sense.
It's super odd, right? It's
Why do you need to know? Strange, right? You don't need to know where I live. You're just
go ahead. Let me know when I'm on screen here.
Yeah. Here we go. Boom.
Right? So
Oh,
would you rather have that or something like this? We went and just built this page really, really quickly in SamCart using one of our pre-made templates. And imagine having something like this where it's just a really quick, simple page, right? One quick sales page, got customer testimonials, it's got a risk-free guarantee, right? And then all of this is done right here on the spot, right? There's no other page to go click to. There's no free option, right? Nothing like that. You're just gonna come in a very, very nice compact form. We could make this even shorter if you wanted to, right? But just first name, email, and buy, right? You can have credit card and Apple Pay and PayPal all on the same page, right? And then most importantly is SamCart is going to make sure that every single customer that comes through is not just one and done. Okay, SamCart's going to give you, these are called order bumps right here. Anybody who has not seen them before, right? It's a very, very, very simple way for your customers to add more things to their cart as they're buying. And it is as simple as one little checkbox, right? So imagine if Andre took, he's got 0 to $1 million, and we kind of said, okay, cool. How about instead of sending somebody, instead of their first impression being something that costs $500, right? That's the first thing Andre's asking someone to buy. Let's lower the barrier, right? Let's take a course, and we said, okay, what if we made like a crypto 101 course and made it like $29, right? And that's the page we're sending here. So we're going to send people to one page, not multiple, right? We're going to send somebody to a page where they can't do something for free instead of buying, right? But we're also going to send them to a page that is unbelievably optimized to make it an easy buying experience. So many more customers in the door, and every single customer is going to have the opportunity to click and add, remove other things from their cart. Right, Jordan, before we talked about Andre's Patreon page, right? And how without even trying, he's got almost $10,000 in recurring income every month. It's $8 a month is his Patreon, right? How many people is that? 10,000 divided by $8 a month. I mean, that's got to be 1,200 people, something like that, right?
Roughly, yeah. So, and also with Patreon takes 10% of
and
that
Patreon
money.
takes their cut.
So
exactly, yeah. So imagine instead of that, right? We could say, hey, listen, Andre, we're going to roll this same thing out, right? You're going to be able to offer people the magic of finance and join your $8 a month subscription. Every single person that buys this Crypto 101 course can add it to their order right just like that. And all of a sudden, you can give a free trial away, right? You could have a $1 trial to this, but all of a sudden you collect every dime. Everything stays in your pocket, and all these people that come in, how many more people, every single person that comes to buy Crypto 101 and gobbles this up, because if you give people something cheap and easy, you want an easy first date with somebody, right? The first time someone comes to check something out from you, you don't want to say, hey, that'll be $500, right? How many more customers will you get in the door if you charge something lower, right? Or even use SamCart's pay what you want feature to make it that much easier, right? You just have SamCart provides so many tools at your disposal to grow your customer list and make more income. And then every single person that buys has a chance to say, cool, I would love to join the magic of finance. You don't have to rely on people to go back to your link tree, find Patreon 5 or 6 links down, and go buy again over there, right? It all happens here. It's all in one go. Customers just get this beautifully simple, wonderful little experience to go buy some stuff and then buy more, right? Not only is Andre going to start building his most important asset, his customer list, okay? You're going to stop all the freebie seekers. You're going to, not a single person who buys, you're going to get all of their information, all of their email addresses. Nobody gets left out, right? You're going to be making money, right? Making money from all these things, making probably a lot of money as people can easily add more things to their offer, but then you'll be growing your customer list, right? The most important asset you could possibly have. And so Jordan, I'm actually going to do, let me do a quick test order here really quick, because it doesn't even stop there, right? There's all this other opportunity for you guys to go and make sales beyond the first sale that someone goes and does. So Jordan, I don't know if there's other slides or anything, but I'm going to go ahead and place a test order real quick, and you can.
Yeah, let's do a test order. I mean, the Magic of Finance one, the Patreon page, like we got to do an entire episode about breaking down someone's Patreon, because you could recreate your entire Patreon page inside of SamCart. We call it the Courses app, SamCart Courses app, but it's more of a members area. So you can just put content there, you can put blog posts, you can put live streams, links, you can put videos there, photos there, downloads back there. All it is just a walled, paywalled garden that you can make whatever you want. You can add a subscription, you can add a free trial, and like you said, they click right there, they say add to order, they get they have a 2-week free trial, and they're in the community, they're in that back members area, And if they don't like it, they can opt out. If they like it, they can keep paying $8 a month, and Patreon's not going to take 10% off the table just for existing.
Yeah. So check this out. I just placed a quick test order, right?
Sweet.
Now I'm just choosing my password, and all of a sudden I'll be right inside of your members area, right? This is Andre's members area. I have Crypto 101 sitting right here, right? And so here's the really cool part is not only do you have a chance that on the actual on the checkout page up here, right? Customers have chances to add more things to their order, and you could take a $29 order to hundreds of dollars, right? And even recurring income by just giving people these little order bumps that convert something like 35 or 40% of people to add something else to their cart, right? Then once they're inside of your members area, right? I could click, hey, start course, and I'm going to start going through and watch some of these videos, right? Or right here is we call this a course cross sell. Right? But you get another chance for people to come back here and continue to buy. Andre could say, hey, listen, hey, come check out my, you didn't buy my insider community. You didn't buy Magic of Finance, right? That Patreon kind of, alternative. Someone can click unlock now, plug in a 6-digit code that SamCart sends to their inbox, right? And I should have had that inbox up. Verify their credit card and buy that right here on the spot. Right? So that's a course cross sell. That's one way people can buy more back here. What you see up here at the top, these are called featured courses. Okay. So if someone comes back here and wants to buy something else, right? You have a chance that if somebody doesn't own one of your things that you're featuring, the same thing is possible. People can buy more stuff using their credit card on file. I plug in a 6-digit code that SamCart emails them. They confirm the credit card they have on file, and they're unlocking additional content, right? So it's this trampoline effect, right? Where all of a sudden, this page right here, if all of a sudden we stop offering a free option, we stop losing people who, forget to click the subscribe to my course button, you get more money by letting customers add other things to their order. And then back here, your customers have continued opportunities to discover more courses, more digital products, more services, more live event tickets, sell whatever the heck you want. And your customers can keep buying more using their card on file. It's this incredible trampoline effect. You will start selling more. It's like, you want to talk about why do SamCart sellers make so much of their income from digital products? This is why. Okay, because they have the right tools at their disposal. And Jordan, we can go ahead and go back to the slide deck here, right? But you want to talk about how you get to $1 per subscriber, and we have customers that leave that in the dust. We're talking $5, $10, $15 per subscriber per year, right? If you want to do that kind of stuff, these are the sort of features you need at your disposal, right? When the kinds of things that Andre's struggling against right now, and why I think his digital product sales aren't working, is because he's using a tool that's not meant for e-commerce. It's not meant to make him more money, right? A tool like Kajabi does a lot of different things. It's an all-in-one. It's a big platform. But at the end of the day, it's not helping him sell his stuff. It's not helping him really grow his list. It's losing subscribers, gaining them, right? It is a massive, massive difference when you have the right tools at your disposal.
Yep. So I think based on what Andre's YouTube channel is all about, everything finance. I mean, we talked about just one there, like Crypto 101. He could do personal finance 101. He could do investing 101. He could do real estate 101. He could do advanced, the finance bros round table, the crypto punks round table, intro to NFTs. Like, this guy again, he's built an authority. He's built thought leadership by having such a huge YouTube channel. Almost 2 million people subscribe to his channel. Like, no matter what he could do, no matter what he does, what he puts out, he instantly becomes the authority, and he would crush. And like you're saying, like the trampoline effect, like I see those smaller products, that $29 Crypto 101 course, as the on-ramp to his larger products. If you want to buy the $500 course, but maybe you're not ready, okay, first start with the $30 course. And then once you're in there, you decide you like it, then you opt in. You say, hey, I want to upsell. I want to buy this new course, credit card on file. And it's a seamless transition.
I love that. Anybody here right now, and give me a yes down below in the chat box, or in the comments, or whatever it is, wherever you guys are watching, right? If this is you, if you want to sell stuff that's $500, $1,000, $5,000, whether it's a service package, or whether it's a bigger course, or it's, whatever, right? If you want to do those sorts of things, you want to sell more things, $500 to $10,000, right? Give me a yes down in the chat box, right? And I'll tell you, this is maybe the biggest takeaway we'll say the entire time, right? Is if you want to do that, okay, you are going to sell more of those things by selling something lower first. Okay. When you go and you make it easy for new people to say yes and dive in and get something bite-sized, even if it's just like a digital download, you know what I mean? Even if it's just like Andre actually sells a LUTs pack, Jordan, right? It's like presets for your camera editing and things like that, right? And we got a whole bunch of yeses coming in, right? If you want to sell the high stuff, sell the low stuff first. Okay, find something cheap and easy. Hey, here's my, Andre could sell a budget template, right? Here's my Google Doc template for you to go make a budget, because he talks about budgeting a lot of kind of stuff, right? He could sell anything he wants that's cheap and low, and those people build your customer list, and you will sell more of the high price stuff than you have ever imagined, right? Just because you start selling small. Make it easy, right? And then all SamCart does is make it easy for you to sell the low price stuff and just make it like a greased slide, you know what I mean, for someone to go and find and discover your other stuff and buy that too, right? And that is why SamCart sellers miss. Their digital products are the lion's share of their revenue, right, in a major, major way.
Perfect. All right, before we get to our takeovers, folks, drop your questions in the chat. If you have any questions, you're thinking about growing or selling something online, or maybe an ebook, maybe an online course, maybe you're in the finance space, drop your questions here in the chat, and we'll try to answer them here in the last 10 minutes of the show. All right, let's do some takeaways. My takeaway, Scott, is that Andre, needs to step on the gas, be the authority that he has built, and he's built up a lot of runway of what he can do, who he is. Like, he has coined and cornered, like, I am the finance YouTube channel for this particular demographic, and he could be creating, like we said, crypto 101, finance 101, budgeting 101, investing 101. Like, there are so many courses that he could be making, so many digital products that he could be offering, besides just reading some ad copy from Coinbase or some ad copy from BlockFi saying, if you sign up for now and use the code Andre, then you'll get 50% off or get your first $100 of Bitcoin. Like, no way, dude. Keep all the profits to yourself. Don't give it all away to these other companies. Don't give it all away to your manager, your talent agent, or whoever it is, or whatever ad agency you're working with. Just step on the gas, focus on yourself, focus on the authority that you've built, and create an entire portfolio, to use his word, of courses of online digital products.
I love that. Yep. More assets, things for people to buy, right? It doesn't even have to be courses. It can be digital downloads. It can be this, it can, templates. I mean, there is just an enormous amount of opportunity inside of digital products, right? And absolutely, if he had more of those things to buy, he would be swimming in revenue, right? That's going to be coming in from that side of the business that right now is probably more like a goose egg.
Yep. All right, here's your takeaway, Scott.
My takeaway is turning viewers into customers. We say it all the time, right? But the biggest, baddest, best asset you can build as an online entrepreneur, right, as a creator, is a customer list. Honestly, I would rather take, like, I know I keep trying to do like apples to oranges comparisons. I would probably take like 100 customers over 10,000 YouTube followers. You know what I mean? Your YouTube subscribers. Like,
yes,
you should be at every turn, you should be focused on how can I help turn more of my followers, my viewers, my listeners, right, into paying customers, and lower the bar, make it easier to do that, and your business will take off. Right? If you rolled something out tomorrow that was like $10, right? Here's a digital download, just go buy it, it's $10, right? And you scored a whole bunch of customers. You might not make like a crazy amount of money, right? But the opportunity to then continue to sell to those people are bought in. They're going to open your emails. They're going to follow you. They're going to build your community. They're going to share the word, right, about you, right? Turn viewers into customers and watch your business take off. And then the trampoline effect there, right, is when you have a tool like SamCart that does and understands fully how to turn a customer from buying one thing into buying three things, right? And you start earning passive income, right? The money starts coming in easier and easier than you ever thought possible, right? Just by starting small and thinking, how can I turn more viewers into paying customers?
Perfect. All right. So, folks, if you want to go check out Andrei Jikh, you can go to his YouTube channel, Andrei Jikh, Jikh. No, I always kept getting those backwards. You go to majik.com, or you can follow him on Instagram, on YouTube at Andrei Jikh. Any last words, Scott? Any closing thoughts?
No, I love it. I had a great time. Andre is someone who makes awesome content. There's a ton to be learned just by going and checking out how he's doing what he's doing, you know what I mean, learning from him. And certainly we hope that, you know, all of you guys, whether you have 2 million YouTube followers or whether you have, you know, like 200 YouTube followers, whatever you guys are at, right? Think of that number. Think of that, you know, that $1 per subscriber benchmark, right? If you are making less than $1 per subscriber, add up your YouTube followers, add up Instagram, add up email, add up all that stuff. If you're making under that number, right, then you have a massive opportunity in front of you. And we think the biggest, baddest, fastest way to get there is by selling digital products that you own, right, that you control, you take all the money from, all that good stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to check this one back out, go check out Andre over on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to the SamCart YouTube channel here for more awesome videos, exactly this one, diving into e-commerce, giving our expertise, and offering a bunch of that stuff as well. Jordan, what are you showing us right now?
I am showing everyone the events page. So if you want to get notified about the next SamCart takeover, like this week, we went from Tuesday to Wednesday. If you were not registered, you would not have known that we pushed it back by 24 hours. So I want you guys to go.
Would have been sitting there solo on YouTube, crying, wondering where
you've been waiting.
Where
you'd have been out of luck. So I put the link in the chat right there, folks, but it's luma.lu.ma/samcart-takeover-live. And all you got to do is you go in here and you say, hey, I would like to register for the rest of the events. And you can say, hey, I want to register
for next
one
week?
Event.
How about the week after that? How about the week after that? We run this back every Tuesday, guys. We pick new creators. We dive into them. Somebody in the chat said we'd like to do a musician creator next, Jordan. That's be fun. We have to dive in and check out, maybe do some musician stuff. Let us know who you would like us to cover in a future version of SamCart Takeover. What creator would you like us to dive into their revenue and kind of just nose around, and how are they making their money? How can they be doing better? We always love those kind of recommendations. And you guys can go check out and register again for future calls over at luma.com/samcart-takeover-live. We'll drop that link down below. You don't need to remember that one.
Don't remember that. It's so the next takeover, Scott, is next Tuesday, April 5th at 4 p.m. Eastern time here on the YouTube channel. But you don't have to remember the YouTube channel, folks. All you have to do, again, if you sign up, drop your email here, you will get notified an hour before, 5 minutes before, to say, hey, it's 5 minutes to showtime. And you just open your email, click go to event. It'll take you here to this YouTube channel, and you join us again. And also I add, like, hey, who do you think we should take over next, Scott? Yes, like you just said, like, who should we take over next? We're always like fishing out for, like, who is out there that you're following that you think we can do a little takeover, that we can do a little business analysis, whether they're an Instagrammer, TikToker, YouTuber, musician, someone in the online digital space. We try not to do people that are just working in, like, you know, the real world, Scott, like real estate or like politicians or like Hollywood celebrities. We try to do like just digital creators. That's our kind of target.
I can't tell you how Donald Trump makes his money, but we'd sure be interested to find out. If he was selling digital products, I'd try it out. Yeah, we'd try it out. Yeah. The Kardashians, you know what I mean? It's a little bland. It's a little obvious how they're making their money. Yeah, we're focused on people that are a little bit more relevant to all of us normies. You know what I mean? That's kind of where it's at. But somebody like Andre, great example, awesome creator. Definitely go check his stuff out. Thank you guys for joining this edition of SamCart. Hope you guys learned something. Check it out. Drop your takeaways down below again with the hashtag SC. And we will see you next Tuesday for the next edition of SamCart Takeover. We're out.